I'm
Yeah,
all
me
right. I'm
too.
all
Me
right.
too. Me
I
too.
apologize, everybody, for the
What's there to apologize for, bro? You here.
you
You know what I'm
know,
saying? You
running
on
behind.
daddy duty. You know what
Don't
I'm
mean to be
saying?
on CP time.
Anytime you're on daddy duty, that's all it's about, bro.
That's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
And so tonight, I'm doing less of, all the templates and stuff like that, but we're going to get right into the actual dialogue. And I want y'all to understand something. I had certain, templates tonight, ready for you. But I figured, you know what? Let's talk it out because, again, this is what it's all
Mm.
about. You know what I'm saying? Claudia, good to see you, my sister. I'm waving to you as you speak. Thank you. We got about 15 online, and I'm so happy about that. So listen,
Ooh.
y'all. I wanted to talk about this thing we call filtering. You feel what I'm saying? Again, we posed the question last week. Am I a real friend? Are you a real friend because you filter,
Mm.
what you've told them when they asked about what other people said about them. Now, I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to know that on last week, we utilized the word or name best friend as a illustration, but the key word is filter. That's the key word. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
And I know that Ra is ready tonight. I feel his energy. He's ready tonight to bring some I don't know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? We never know where he's going to come from. That's Ra for y'all. You feel what I'm
Clarity.
saying? And
Clarity and understanding.
clarity and understanding. Listen, I want you to understand something that our material is coming from a book called Nuts and Bolts. And the author his name is Neil Searborn, and he's a very, very good guy who helped develop people. And I'm gonna tell you something, the perspective that we come from is to help everybody not only develop character, not only develop self-control to make better decisions, but we are also here to help that. Let's say, for example, if you wanted to start your own business, you want to write your book, no matter what you're in, you're going to be in the people's business.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if you want to be in business.
Especially if you want to be in business. So when I say in the people business, I don't mean the way we were brought up, meaning being in people business. No, but you're going to be in the people business. That means you have to deal with people, and you're going to need people. I don't care if nobody say, bro, you're going to need people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Whatever. If you're going to sell t-shirts, if you're going to open up your business, if you're into real estate, if you're into barbershop, you know what I'm saying, which I just came from, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure got myself together for the night. And you know what I'm saying? Thank, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my barber, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Danny,
to barber.
Danny always do stuff. So no matter what you're into, if you fix refrigerators, if you are a plumber, no matter what you're into, you're gonna have to fix somebody's refrigerator. You're gonna have to fix somebody's pipeline on being a plumber, whatever the case be. You're an electrician. You're gonna have to fix somebody's laptop or computer. You feel me? Either way, you're gonna have to learn how to get along with people. And having said that, Ra, I wanted to make sure that we set the table. Listen, and again, I want y'all to see that we talk about red people tonight. Red people about individuality. Blue people about process. Just to give you an illustration, green people are about speed. You see what I'm saying? Yellow people are about harmony. And you're gonna find yourself coming across either one of the four classes of people, but tonight we're not focusing in on the colors and the different classes of people, but we're focusing in on filtering, and I want you to know, people, that tonight we're going to help. And I'm grateful, bro, for the last week, because last week and having people who called in help give us more clarity. And by the way, I wanted to, do the templates and put what people have said, I'm saying, up on the comments. And I'm gonna tell you something. We want to acknowledge your comments. You know what I'm saying? We want you to also know that we go back and we read your comments.
Definitely.
So that we can come back and acknowledge your comments.
Right.
Now, I don't want for anybody to feel like we're putting you on blast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say your name and who said what, unless you've given us permission, but let's set the table tonight. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep the time because time is now 8:50. You feel what I'm saying? And we want to sometimes keep it limited until at least 9:15 so that, kind of take phone calls. But
Gotcha.
You know what? I think tonight we need to go a little longer in our dialogue, because I want to set the table for everything that we're going to do, not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube. You feel what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
So tonight, I want you to know, let me go back and I want to talk to you about the story that we said to open it up, and we talked about Jim, and we talked about Bill, and we talked about Tom, the question that we posed, you can see, on your description is, are you a good friend if you decided to filter You know what I'm saying? What you wanted to tell your best friend. You feel what I'm saying? As an illustration, just to save his or her feelings, or to save them from being up all night because they might be bothered. Now, Ra had already covered on last week that if your best friend is your best friend should know who you are, and filtering comes into play. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome. That was a presentation throwback from It's Life podcast with my co-host, Mr. Ramel Bill. And we're talking about, are you a good friend? You feel what I'm saying? I felt that because we were talking about our topic today, which is what is a good friend. I figured that would be befitting to show. Listen, let's get this thing started. Welcome to Manifest Those Podcast. We're helping people bring their imagination into reality. Our starting goals to help at least 500 people on this page bring their imagination, their dreams, their aspirations into reality by being coached. Listen, if we're meeting for the first time, my name is Donald Francis, and so I'm so happy to meet you with much love, peace, gratitude, respect, and all of that good stuff. You ain't only going to see us here, but you'll see us at It's Life Podcast, which is that particular clip that you just seen. Located right there on YouTube and on Facebook. We got some new clips that are coming. I want you to do me a favor. Please go there and refer to it. Listen, if you love short films, you love entertainment, I would suggest you go right here. It's All You TV, ITZALLYOU TV, only located on YouTube. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? Hey, good to see you. I see everybody coming in. Wow, we have some people that's on the line today. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Gabby, good to see you. What's going on? Listen, y'all know we're talking about a really, really good topic. What is a good friend? Friends, how many of us have them? Friends. You know what I'm saying? What is a good friend? We want to talk about that, all right? Look, but before we talk about that, listen, I want to take you real quick I want to pay some bills to an ad. Listen, y'all remember Yolanda Brathwaite. Yeah, I was listening to Yolanda Adams just a few minutes ago. So that's why I got the Yolandas mixed up. But look, Yolanda Brathwaite is doing big, big things. She got another show coming. Check it out.
Y'all know how she do.
Don't forget, she got her ebook that's on the line right now, Tales of a Grown Girl. And you want to go, it's right there on Amazon, $12.99. You will not regret it. Listen, I promise you, I think that you'll all love the fact that when you read this book, you'll also appreciate what's coming to Brooklyn. Tales of a Grown Girl production, the show is coming to Brooklyn. So do me a favor, get your monies together. You know what I'm saying? So when tickets are going online, y'all be able to see. For those of you who couldn't get to Long Island, you living in Brooklyn, if you're in Queens, you're in Manhattan, come on, we right here, y'all. You get what I'm saying? Even if you're in Staten Island, y'all, come on. Bronx, stop playing them from there. Well, not from Brooklyn, but I currently reside there. But at the end of the day, listen, y'all, come on out. You know what I'm saying? When we find out the location and all the further details, you know what I'm saying? Yolanda will let us know exactly what that day is. And we want to make sure that we do it real quick. I want you to know that y'all remember this brother. I think he came on the show. I think y'all know who this guy is. Yeah, Mr. Gerald Kelly. I keep calling him Gerard. Gerald Kelly. He's having a show that's coming to Harlem on March 23rd, 2024. Comedy in Harlem. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's 508. 508 East 117th Street. New York 10035. Doors open at 7 p.m. Here's the host, my nephew. I like to call him my nephew. He called me Uncle Donald. His name is the Prince of Comedy himself, Lil Hunter Kelly. You know what I'm saying? He's hilarious, y'all. He's hilarious. I promise y'all, you will not be disappointed. Please do me a favor. Look, March 23rd. You know what I'm saying? Go out, watch, go and write this down. Showtime at 8 o'clock. Doors are open at 7 o'clock. An hour before showtime. I want you to go check it out. He's a funny guy. You know what I'm saying? He's good. Def Comedy Jam, Ohm. I mean, he's been premiered everywhere. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, let's do it. Yo, y'all, let's get into this. What is a good friend? You know, good friends are great. I'm glad to have them. I was just talking to one on the phone a few minutes ago, you know, and one of the things that we have to understand and learn that a good friend is really, really hard to come by, you know. But, you know, I think to some degree, and maybe I'm kicking myself in the head right now that I should have, you know, connected the version of this set that would allow me to, you know, connect my phone, you know, so that people can call in on this one, you know, because I'm gonna tell you something. I think that friends are also according to your era, you know, and obviously we do know that friends are not the way that they used to be because of how, you know, the era and what era we're in today. We didn't have social media at that particular time. We didn't have a lot of easily influencers, you know, and things that were gadgets and objects and things that would influence us to become heartless. Back then, in the 1980s, the 1800s, you know, up into the 1900s, you know, I'm gonna tell you, when people made a promise, all they did was they shook hands, and that was the promise. That's all that they needed. You know, if you were friends and you said certain things, you said that you're going to do certain things, all you had was your word and your handshake. You know, today we got to collect social security numbers. You know, we got to make sure we collect addresses to know exactly where people are. You know what I'm saying? And you said you're going to make, we got phone calls. We got to, you know, we got to remind people a dozen times about coming to the birthday party, you know, about allowing for people to keep their word and stuff like that. Friends remember things. Friends are genuine. And let's take a look at some of the stuff, you know, that we need to look at when we talk about friendship, you know. And here's the first bullet that we've gotten. Trustworthiness. You know, a good friend is reliable, you know, trustworthy, keeping confidence, you know, and being honest, even when it's difficult, you know. Good friends will know this. You know, trustworthiness is good to know that even, you know, I'm gonna tell you something. And while we're on that word trustworthiness, it seems to me that I'm gonna go right in kind of early today. And that is, you know, you know, your word is still your bond no matter what, you know. And you have some people that are in life who happen to be friends. You've probably been friends from childhood. You know, we do know that there are different types of friends today because we got some people who are friends when they were children. And that's the thing that we have. We have that memory of where we've come from, you know. But a lot of times we grow up, you know, and we grow up thinking differently. We grow up, you know, coming up in a different realm, in a different avenue. You know, you might be in corporate. I might be in entertainment. Some people have started, you know, families and stuff like that. So our point of views, you feel what I'm saying? Our thoughts might grow up to be, you know, different. You know, our paths might turn out to be a little different. Some people are in politics, you know, and we're friends, but we might think differently about certain things. But here's the deal. You know, are you a good friend, and can you still be trustworthy even if we sort of kind of grow apart? You know, because a lot of times people as friends, they share secrets, they share information with each other. You get what I'm saying? And there's some people who say, yo, I'm your friend to the end. You know, it's no doubt, you know, I keep, you know, your information, whatever it is that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? You cheated on somebody, or, you know, you didn't have any money and you had to borrow from a friend, and, you know, you're almost about to be evicted, you know, or somebody was gonna, you know, hurt you because of old money that you couldn't pay. Whatever the darkest, deepest secrets, you know what I'm saying, that you do have, that you share with a friend, is very, very vital. I'm gonna tell you the reason why, because the question becomes, yeah, trustworthiness. Can we be trustworthy even after no longer being friends? You know, I would say a friend is more than a friend. A friend is a family member. By the way, what are you drinking? I'm drinking coffee. It happened to be in a McDonald's cup. I'm not promoting McDonald's. You know, but friendship, it's a real tender topic, because a lot of times most of us have had friends, you know, and you've had friends who said that they'll always keep their word with you no matter what. You grow apart, maybe had a misunderstanding, had different point of views, whatever the case of being. All of a sudden now, this person team up with a person that didn't like you anymore, you know, and they don't like you anymore, rather, who didn't like you, and now they don't like you anymore, is what I want to say. And then all of a sudden now they start to share things, you know, about you. You feel what I'm saying? All of a sudden it's like, wow, but I thought I could trust you. Then you all of a sudden now all your business is out in the street. You know, again, trustworthiness is not just when you're friends. Trustworthiness is even after, even if you decide to grow apart, you get what I'm saying, as friends, so no matter what difficulties, your friend is going to be there no matter what. Your friend is going to be. One thing I love about friends is that friends are someone who they'll side with you as long as you're on the right side. But here's the deal. You got some friends who will side with you rather you're wrong or right, and it's subjective. It's your point of view. You get what I'm saying? It's upon your makeup and how you've been brought up. But if your friend is wrong and you're the type of person that's like, listen, that's good, bad, or indifference, I stick with my people because they did you right, I totally understand it. But I would like to think that a real friend is someone who can tell you that you're wrong, and not side with the other person. That's how I feel. What do you feel about it? Put it in your description. Let me know. My boy Hameen is on the line. You see what I'm saying? So again, like we said, a good friend is a reliable and trustworthy person. You see what I'm saying? Being honest is someone who will tell you that you're wrong and still be your friend. That's a real friend. Not that you're wrong and you didn't want to hear it. Now they side with the other person that didn't like you, or because you didn't want to hear what they wanted to say. There's mature issues there, maturity issues. There maturity, a malfunction in growth. Even, you feel what I'm saying? But I like when we talked about that. Even when it's difficult, they're still there. Difficult mean when you're wrong. That's what difficult mean. And so Hameen says it like this: is crazy things about life. Absolutely. Yep, it's crazy. It's crazy. So let's go to our next one. They're very. I love this. Their supportiveness. They're very supportive. They offer emotional support during both good and bad times, providing encouragement and being there when needed. Some people can be there, but not everybody can be there when needed. How many people say that they have friends that come up in clutch? I'm watching this YouTuber, and I tell you, this dude is dope. He's from Chicago, and I still haven't had his name to this day. I got to find out. Maybe I'll take a look and see while we're in real time. And he, in his episodes, he have almost like 2 odd million subscribers. And I see why. I'm looking for it in real time here. Let me see. I'm looking for it in real time. Let me see. 2.2 million subscribers, and this dude is phenomenal. Let me see. And he has a friend in this episode. The reason why I brought it up is because no matter what rut that he get himself in, his friend is always there to be like, I'm pulling up. I'll be there. I got you. And he's just a good friend. No matter, he drops everything just to. I know. I promise you. I know. I've been watching. It's not just Steph and them. I'm not just basketball. I promise. Oh, here it is. It's called Black Chicago Be Like, Part 105. Yeah, this is him here. This is him. Corporate Business. That's what his name is. Please, y'all, go take a look at him. Now, listen. Disclaimer: this is not for kids. I know how to, throw out the vitamins I no longer need, but that's what it's called, Corporate Business. It's BIDNES. And I mean, the guy's funny. For some reason, when I began to watch him, I couldn't stop watching him, y'all, because one video would lead to the next video, lead to the next video, lead to the next video. But he have one friend in this episode, no matter what episode there is, him and his best friend will always get into whatever craziness because rather it's caused by him or it's caused by his best friend, This is what best friends are, trustworthiness, but also that they're supportive in anything that you are a part of, they're supportive. You get what I'm saying? And we all need friends that will support your endeavor, and tell you, listen, I don't agree. I support you. If you like it, I love it, but I don't agree. You feel what I'm saying? Or I do agree, and I think it's great. I support you. Let's do it. It's nothing like a friend that have moral and emotional support. You feel what I'm saying? Have anybody ever been there? And let me ask you this. Not only will you have friends, but can you be a friend that will support, emotionally, and be supportive and drop everything when they need you at the same time, just like that they would. I have friends that I am spoiled. I have friends, y'all, that, I really, y'all, I don't even know how they're my friends. Sometimes, I get in this particular, bubble That's where emotionally I get messed up. I sometimes, suffer. Some people don't know this, that I suffer sometimes with anxiety when I get my thoughts. And even as a pastor and as a leader, I have professional help where I talk to somebody as I help other people. And I believe that some of the things that I go through, I try to help them through the things that I go through at sometimes, and sometimes I'm not there like I'd love to be for friends. I'm not there sometimes, Wow, that getting emotional in that, y'all. But again, they're supportive. And most of us would want to be as supportive. And when life step in between you and friends, and I oftentimes say this, you can have excuses or you got results. You can have them both. That's not just in business, but across the board, and I'm going to tell you something. Some people I speak to and I sometimes coach, they're afraid of having everything go perfect because they feel that it's at that particular point that they're going to leave Earth. Can I tell you something? Don't be afraid to think, you get what I'm saying, that, that you're going to die because you got all your T's crossed and your I's dotted. I have one friend in this life. Most people are associates, just being honest. Absolutely. How many associates do you have in your life, everybody? How many friends do you have in your life? And just like friends, the word friends should be treated like the word love. Let's let that rest for a second. The word friends should be treated like the word love. You shouldn't throw it around. That's all I'm saying. You can't call everybody your friend. I thought I had friends sometimes, and I'm sure you thought that you had friends at some times. But real friends are supportive. And then you have friends who are close by, but then you have friends that are distant, but they're friends. You have some people who are like, yo, I told you I'm going to support you no matter what. Yeah, I live in Guyana, but I'm still here. Yeah, I've been deported, but I'm still here. And anything that I got friends right now, anything I put up, they're the first ones on. And we used to hang out. Some people are no longer in America. Some people are no longer in this state. We don't speak every day. That's another thing. Your friend is the kind of friend that should be that if you don't get a chance to speak to them every day, they're still there. That when you do speak to them, it's almost as though you just spoke to them the day before. They're supportive. But you have to reciprocate at the same time too. Let's go to the next one. Good communication. No, let me tell you something. Friends, they listen attentively, share their thoughts and feelings openly, and communicate in a respectful and understanding or overstanding manner. Let me tell you something. A friend is a great communicator. I'm going to tell you, could I use the scenario that I used on one of the videos that I did? And, let's say, for example, you are a friend to two people who don't even like each other. You try your best to make amends with them by communicating. You ask one friend, what don't you like about this individual? Because I'm asking you, what don't you like? Because I like them. And I'll go and I'll ask the same thing the other person. I like them. Why don't you like them? And if we're friends and we're like-minded type of people, I'm trying to understand why y'all keep bumping heads. You see what I'm saying? You have some friends who are distant. You ain't got to speak to them every day. But here's the deal. If they don't like each other and you have a birthday party, and by the way, I just turned 50 bars, and you invited them to your birthday party. I think that this is where good communication comes into play. Because here's the deal. Because you respect both friends, you want to forewarn, listen, I know that y'all don't rock with each other, but y'all both are cool with me. And I want you to know that each y'all going to be at my birthday party. But I'm communicating this so that just in case you cannot handle this individual being here and you're not there, don't mean that you love me any less. I mean, let me tell you something. Here's another thing too. Listen, what about even the family member? We have some family members who are friends. I'm drinking coffee. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got friends, but we got some friends who are closer than family members. But at the same time, we still have to deal with family members. You want to invite all the family members to the cookout, and for the sake of the fact that they're being that they're family. Could I suggest to you that just like you can't call every friend to the cookout, you can't call every family member. You might notify them, right? But you got that one cousin that's just difficult to deal with. And see, not all the family, are there at a mature, space or in a mature space enough to say, all right, we know cousin Ray Ray's coming. We all know he's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But they're not mature enough to know that we need to expect the fact that he's going to bring crazy with him. So if he bring crazy, we should know how to ignore crazy, right?
enough to be able to tame crazy so that crazy won't prevail. You know, the only problem is that we have some family members who might bring friends who don't know Cousin Ray Ray. And then now they embarrass that family member because Cousin Ray Ray, we already invited. We have to let Cousin Ray Ray know, listen, cuz, when you get here, if you act up, I'm going to bring you to the backyard and we're going to get it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to handle you if you act out of your character. And some family members might say a few choice words. You feel what I'm saying? Act out of, you know. But again, I'm just using this for the sake of the topic, communication. Real friends have good communication, just like real family need to have good communication. You know, you have to be communicative in order for you, you know what I'm saying, to notify everybody what it is and how it's going to go down. You feel me? Because you don't want, you know, for people to ruin your day. And you would think that you would have friends, right, that are mature enough to say that for the sake of you, I'm gonna, you know, calm down. I don't care what that person do for the sake of you, because I love you. I'm going to be on my best behavior. Even if they act out, I'm going to be on my best behavior. Unfortunately, not everybody have those kinds of friends. Because some friends are like, yeah, I'm cool, but if they cross me one time, you're not that important. You're not that important, you know? And it's a shame and it's an atrocity that for some reason, you know, we have to go through these particular things, you know? I go to my Caucasian friends all the time. If I go to one of their gatherings, first of all, I know I'm going to put in a suit. I'm going to be nice and clean shaved. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure that everything is good down to the toes of my you know what I'm saying, my shoes. Make sure everything is great. You know, my shoes are nice and prepared. Even when I sit down, the socks are on point because I know their quality. They don't go through issues that we go through. Beloved, I'm sorry, y'all. They don't go through issues that we go through, y'all. You know, and by the way, while we're in the middle of this program, let me ask you a question. If you know somebody who need to hear about these particular topics, can you share your page with them? You know what I'm saying? And for those of you on YouTube, press the like button, let the algorithm know, listen, somebody need to hear this. Here's another. So again, communication is good. Why? For this one reason right here. It's the next bullet. Empathy. A good friend shows empathy, understanding, and caring about your feelings and experiences. Listen, a bad friend is somebody who will take your experiences and throw it in your face when they're upset with you. A bad friend will take your experiences and share it with other people if you're no longer friends or you're not seeing eye to eye. Well, if you're not seeing eye to eye and you call yourself a friend, would make no sense for you to go and spill somebody's experiences with other people. You know, real friends cover each other to make each other look good when they're broke. Real friends know that a friend have a breath situation or athlete's feet situation, or they real friends know you got problems with just sharing or saving money. You know, real friends is son, you come on, man, get rid of this jacket. You've been wearing this jacket for 8 years, you know. But real friends will say, you've been wearing this jacket for 8 years, but your bank account is great. I'm proud of you. See, that's real friends. That's real friends. You know, real friends will know, yo, son, cover me, help me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm stuck here. Somebody asked me a question about my occupation and I ain't got a job right now. Real friends will step in, yo. We ain't talking about, you know, no money and how much we make right now. For the sake of, you know, having empathy for his friend. You know, what's the difference between empathy and sympathy? Anybody know? I'll give you a small, quick synopsis in a scenario. You know, empathy is when somebody tell you about a specific situation that they've gone through when you're not present. And even sometimes you don't have to be present to have sympathy either. But empathy is you wasn't there, but you could relate to what have happened to them, you know, according to some of your experiences. Even if you haven't had it happen to you, you can have empathy that how you might have felt if you were them. Sympathy is I'm sympathetic with you because it happened to us at the same time. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You had a white suit on. I had a white suit on. The bus came by, splashed mud on both of our, you know, our suits on the way to the reception. And we're in the wedding. So we can have sympathy for each other. And sometimes you don't have to be there to have sympathy for a particular person, especially if you could match it to something that happened to you at the same time. But a real friend, I'm trying to say, my friends, have empathy for each other. You know, having empathy is a feeling. It's an emotional thing. You know, it's a good thing to be emotionally connected to a friend that you can call a friend. You feel what I'm saying? You know, a real friend know, yo, you know, I only got a table in my house and one chair at the table, and somebody will boast about, how much tables they got at their chair, how much chairs they got at their table. A real friend will cover that particular friend, even though that particular friend will tell that friend behind closed doors, yo, look, what you got to do, yo, bro, you got to, I want you to live better. I want you to be better. I want you to do better. I want you to have better. It's the only reason why I'll let you know, Watch this. Another friend, real friends have respect for each other. They respect your opinions, your decisions, and boundaries even. You feel what I'm saying? Even if it don't always agree with them, Let me tell you something, and this is going to be kind of controversial, right? And I want y'all to put a comment in your description or something like that. Please leave a comment on this. I would like to think that I have successful friends. By the way, I didn't even check my audio. I would like to think that I have success. I know I have successful friends. We also know that when you define success, it is not you making it to the top. That's the result of your success. But your real success is your journey. If there's no journey, there's nothing to celebrate. You're going to go through something to get to your level of success, whatever that might mean to you. Because your success, it doesn't mean your name is in lights. Doesn't mean that everybody in the whole world know about it. Wouldn't it be great if you could have all the money in the world, be successful, and nobody know about it, so they can treat you the way you ought to be treated? Because see, some people who are successful are treated differently than those of them who are not. What do I mean when I say respect? Let's say, for example, you have a good friend who made it. Their name is in lights. They made it big time, and they've been through everything that they've been through to get there. This is kind of controversial. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have a podcast among brothers, and I'm going to air it out on live, but it's going to only be on YouTube so I could get my subscribers up. However, I'm going to tell you something. It's crazy because let's say you have a best friend, you grew up with them, and shout out to my boy Taxes. He's someone who helped me to come to this notion and come to this type of topic. And that is, let's say your best friend had made it in lights. He's rich or she's rich, they made it, they're successful, but y'all grew up together, and yet and still they're there, you're still living where you are, you have a secular job, what I'm saying? You still get the paycheck, and some of us might be living paycheck to paycheck, all right, until we get a breakthrough. And then, he called you or she called you to go and have dinner with them, You would celebrate their success and say, congratulations. I'm sure that you would. But will you consider that person being a friend if they did not offer you anything, knowing where you have gone, you've grown up, knowing where you are? Is that person a friend? And are you a friend if you ask them, yo, why you hook your brother up? Are you a good friend if you ask? And are they good friends if they did not offer? Because see, here's the deal. Respect comes with boundaries, right? And if you know that your best friend if they worked hard for what it is that they've gotten, and didn't offer you anything, will you still consider them to be a friend? And will you talk about finances? Is it respectful to even to bring up finances? You feel what I'm saying? My philosophies, and please, y'all, if you disagree, please let me know. I want to hear what you got to say. If my best friend, have made it out there, anybody could argue by saying, if your best friend made it, you out the woods. Yeah, ain't no question. There should be no question that your best friend hook you up with something, But in any case, let's just set the table that your best friend don't say anything or don't hook you up with anything. Will you bring that up? And are they? Is that your friend because they haven't offered anything? I'm the kind of friend that if you don't offer anything, and this is because of my upbringing, I was just talking to my best friend about some of my upbringings and why I always felt like I have been a loner. That if they'd never offered anything, I'm not asking, not because of pride, but because they've earned it, And I feel that why am I going to cut a piece of your cake that you've earned when I wasn't there to put in that work with you? You get what I'm saying? So if you wanted to invite me to a nice fancy place and treat me to dinner, all right, cool. If you never wanted to offer me, $500,000 and you got 80 million, all right, cool. Will I stop being your friend? Because see, can we all argue that money can change a person's perspective about a person? Because a lot of times, and I think Jay-Z said it best. He said some people think, I totally agree, same here, but hope, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z said like this. He says, when I got money, I didn't change. They just started looking at me differently, And sometimes you can look at a person differently, and sometimes you can feel a particular way. You can feel that energy of success that you might not have. Sometimes you might feel like there's a sense of desperation that, wow, my friend have the ability to write me a check and allow for my business to go plateau. But am I going to ask for that if they don't offer? Should you? If they're a friend, if they knew, you had athlete's feet back in the days, if they knew, what I'm saying, listen, we only had one plate we had to share on the same plate after we washed it. You know what I'm saying? If your best friend know all of that and know what your struggles are, I think that if you have a best friend, you ain't gonna never have to ask them for anything because they understood. We fought, we argued, we had laughs, we've had success, we had failures all together. But if that friend never asked for anything, will you consider that person to still be a friend? Will you respect that person's boundary and or space that, what I did was for my family, and my best friend got both my friends got houses, big houses. And undoubtedly that if I needed a place to stay, will they respect that and say, look, now I got you, and not make me feel a particular way? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I made it serious. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm losing people, I know. So listen, this is another thing. Because again, we just talked about what we talked about. How about this? Loyalty. Loyalty is a cornerstone of friendship, meaning they stand by you and defend you when necessary. And I put emphasis on that word necessary, because some things are not necessary. Some things I'm not, even as a friend. No, I'm not going to, I'll defend you, but I'm going to tell you off because you were the cause of it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm your friend. I'm going to still be there. So listen, y'all, real quick. Guess what? I found out Flashes is on the way. Flashes is on the way. Flashes is on the way. Flashes.
Haven't you noticed the climate between cops and citizens? They think we're the problem.
I know, all right, I know.
We got Jay.
Tommy is a good cop. He's one of our own.
This is a direct response to all the pain we carry.
What did I do?
Well, since you don't remember, I'm gonna help you out.
Tommy, you didn't think he was gonna let him and his friend get away.
We just need to talk to him about it for
Find him!
Judah should be the last of those ones.
Order in my courtroom now.
Yeah, that's Flashes. It's coming soon, y'all. We don't have a release date yet, but it is coming soon. Look out for it. That's going to be fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that you're going to be able to see it on most platforms. Also, listen, y'all, we have a new podcast on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? His name is YB. He's the host of Bag Talk Podcast, located right there on Instagram and on YouTube, 5 p.m. Tonight, 5 p.m. Y'all check him out. You know what I'm saying? Along with his co-host, and I got to get her name. Also, she's a beautiful lady. Also, y'all, I want y'all to understand. Guess what, y'all? Yeah. What's this person? Okay, cool. Yeah, don't forget, y'all. He's a good dude. Listen, I want y'all to be able to advertise your stuff right here. You know, it got away from me for a quick second. You know, and if you're willing to advertise your business, advertise your book, advertise your movie, go right here to manifestingthoughts888@gmail.com. Press, type in advertisement, and I want to be a part of that. Manifestingthoughts888@gmail.com. All right. I want to be a part of your life. I want to be a part of what it is that you're doing right here at Manifest Thoughts Podcast. Also, please do me a favor. If you can go right there to YouTube, It's All You TV, and take a look at Nothing More to Say. It's a little quick, cute, short film. And by the way, I thought that we weren't going to have a part 2 for some reason, but the cast called us, and we're working on part 2 very, very soon. You see what I'm saying? So if you can, just go and check it out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're at 3,200 some odd likes, and I'm so happy about that. It's a breakthrough for me. Yeah, it might be small for you, but big for me. Wow. Now, bars. Small for you, big for me. See what I'm saying? And so, yeah, y'all, I want you to go do me a favor. Check it out. Y'all go right there. It's All You TV. You know what I'm saying? ITZALYOU right there on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Go do that, y'all. Go do that. So listen, loyalty is something that everybody needs, especially in friendship. It's important, y'all, for us to have loyalty. And again, I like that we have written here that loyalty is a cornerstone of every friendship, meaning they stand by you, and they defend you, in a time of need. Can I tell you a quick story about loyalty and friendship? And I said this before, but I want for everybody to understand it too. Nick Johnson, what's up? Robert, what's up, boy? You know what I'm saying? There was a guy named Jim. Jim had a promotion on his job, and as a matter of fact, I had talked about this at the opener of that particular video that we saw that was from It's Life podcast. Jim, Tom, and Bill, good friends. Jim had a promotion. He had a promotional dinner at his house. He invited Tom. He invited, Bill. And so Jim got up and he said something, which was his closing remarks and his thank yous to everybody who've come out and stuff like that. And he said a quote that was from Shakespeare and mistakenly said it was from the Bible, And so after he said what he said, he says, and that's from the Bible. Maybe he said, to thy own self be true. I don't know, whatever the case would be. So after he sat down, Tom got up. And it seemed like that Tom was going to say some good remarks about Jim, but said, hey, Jim, we want to say we respect you. We love you. And congratulations on your promotion. But I wanted to say to you also that the last quote that you quote was not from the Bible. It was from Shakespeare. And so Jim got up and says, no. Listen, I'm a Bible, genius. And that was from the Bible wholeheartedly. So Tom got back up and said, no, it was not from the Bible. It was from Shakespeare, And so, yeah. And so he says, you know what, Bill, tell him that this is from Shakespeare and it was from the Bible. Bill got up and said, no, Tom, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was from the Bible. Jim is right. Now, Bill knew he was wrong. He said, no, Jim is right. So Tom looked in disgust. He looked like, he looked embarrassed, By the way, let me give you a little bit of history on Tom. Tom is that person that's always the person to know it all. He's always anal on, what word you said and what word you didn't say. Tom is always the person who always want to be right and all other stuff. You get what I'm saying? So after, everybody cleared out, dinner was over. Jim is left with his two best friends, Tom and Bill, and Jim never said anything else about it, when they were all together at the gate where he was ready to see them off. And so, so he says, look, y'all, I got to go because I got to go wash those dishes that all y'all left us with. But thank you for coming. Gave them both a big group hug, walked off. And so Tom looked at Bill and said, yo, Bill, why in the world did you not say, that Jim was wrong? I know he was wrong, and I know you knew he was wrong. You know what Bill said to Tom? Sometimes, bro, you just need to shut up and mind your business. You know what, Tom, you always want to be right. You always want to say something. He says, think about it. We're his friends. We're sitting at his table in front of his guests. You don't embarrass that man at his table in front of his guests. Now, most people would argue by saying, you know what, this is true. You know what, but that doesn't mean that if I'm a friend that I can't correct him. Yes. He says, listen, you can correct him, but it doesn't mean that every time that you can correct him is the time to correct him. And I think that in this world, everybody, if you don't have a friend who's not sensitive enough to know how not to embarrass you in front of people, it should be a friend that you need to teach on how to be a friend in that particular aspect. Because today people have become so heartless to the point that people want to be right and they want to meddle. Yeah, I was right. And there is a way that we can correct people. And I think that Tom was someone who took the wrong approach. Because number one, we're all sitting at the table. It's a formal dinner. You feel what I'm saying? Tom is in front of dignitaries. He's in front of colleagues, friends, his wife, his kids. And you want to get up there and embarrass him on his day? You know, if you're a real friend, you'll know how to correct a friend behind the scenes and go, yo, bro, do me a favor. Don't ever say that again. I'll let it slide. And people, and watch this. Some of the people that were his friends could have known that was wrong, but they never said nothing. They let it slide because people could make mistakes. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody's exempt from making mistakes, you know? And I believe that if you want to be a real friend, especially if you are a loyal friend, you know, a person that's going to defend, a person that's going to be, it is the cornerstone, right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to defend when necessary, you know? Look at what Bill did for Jim. He defended Jim from Tom, you know, because he's a real friend. He's like, oh, I get it. He said it wrong, but yo, I get it. Why am I going to do that in front of him? You know, listen, if I had a best friend who's going on a new job interview, he came to see me to make sure that his suit is good. Yo, my tie is good, bro. This, that, and the other. You know, let's say he get in front of people, you know, and all of a sudden his tie's crooked. You know, I know how to discreetly fix the guy's tie. Like, yo, fix the tie, you know, and say that in his ear without nobody else. Oh, okay, cool. Right away. You feel what I'm saying? Again, this is what real friendship is all about, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Real friendship. And I think that we need to sometimes, to some degree, be taught. Just like back then, in the 1800s to 1900s, you know, people knew that if you made a promise, you just shook the hand. That's all that was needed. Nothing else, you know. But I think that this world has become so, abrupt to the point that people are heartless. They're saying everything and anything. They're teasing people about death, teasing people about sickness, you know what I'm saying? Teasing people about conditions and stuff. Have no type of moral or anything like that. You know, can't wait to get in front of people. Now, when we were kids and we were young, obviously, you know, Jim and Bill and Tom was adults. But when you were young, you tease people, you know. I remember the one time I came out with some jeans. I used to love the jeans, but I didn't realize that I grew out of them and they were high waters. They teased me on the block like, yo, I was being roasted. You feel what I'm saying? And when I looked, I was like, yeah, they do look like the Michael Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? You can't see my socks, you know. I was mad at them, you know, but it was just we're fun and games. We look back on it, you know, and our adulthood. All right, we understand. It was just a joke, but again, I could tease me too. You feel this? But when you're an adult, you know, there's a specific sensitivity that we need to have, you know, like we said, you know, again, empathy, right? Respect, right? That's what brings forth loyalty. You get what I'm saying? Loyalty is something hard to find today in friendships, you know. Again, this is what a good friend is. A good friend is atmosphere sensitive enough to know that if I say this might do something. You know, now granted, we're brothers. Most of us are dudes, you know. Some people can shoot from the hip. All right, so good. Because that's their comfort, shoot from the hip. But then there are others who are like, yo, man, you have to say it like that. Or even if you said the truth, why would you have to say it that way? You know? And then that makes people look at you, you know, from a different angle every single time. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. So look, watch this. Fun and shared interests. One thing about friends, you know, we share interests, you know, enjoying common activities and interests, as well as having a sense of humor is always a good thing. We always need to have a sense of humor, you know, can strengthen the bond between two friends, you know. Have you ever had that moment, you know, with your friends? And it's not just one friend, but how about your friends, where you had that one laughing moment that you laughed so much it hurt, and y'all will never ever forget that particular moment for the rest of your life, and you laugh as adults about that same thing every single time. You get what I'm saying? You know, rather it was a moment where somebody went to go sit down and then they fell off the chair, something that happened in the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. The most serious times, the most moments that are most funny are when things are serious, you know. When you're at a formal place and this, that, and the other, you see people who are trying to be all dignified and stuff like that, and all of a sudden they go to grab, you know, for their fork, and all of a sudden they knock over their champagne all over, you know. And in that particular moment might not be funny because of it might not be funny for them, but because of the atmosphere and the thickness in the room, you get one of those laughs where you want to laugh so bad, but it hurt, and then it makes you want to laugh that much more because you cannot laugh over something that in an atmosphere that you can't laugh and not supposed to laugh. I think those are the funniest times ever. I hope I even executed that, you know, on how I said it. But yeah, it's the funniest times ever, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, really, y'all, it's so funny, you know? And so, yeah, you know, sometimes having a shared interest, generosity, you know, a good friend is generous with their time, attention, you know, will help without, listen, without even asking. You feel what I'm saying? Expecting anything in return. They'll never ever expect anything in return. Never ever lend out anything that you need back right away, except the fact that you make that noticeable, that you communicate that. But when a friend is generous, they're not ever expecting anything in return when they give certain things. You get what I'm saying? You know, but don't keep borrowing from them over and over and over and over because you don't think that they'll look for it. That's a user. That's not a friend. You feel what I'm saying? You know, again, that's again, not only having a friend like this, but being a friend is what you want. You know, you want to be able to reciprocate, not because they do for you, but because you want to show your gratitude, your appreciation, you know, and share with them. I wholeheartedly want to do this for you. You know, yeah, I got lunch today. You know, I got your gas today. You know, yeah. I just wanted to put a few dollars in your pocket. You know, because again, some friends are so connected to each other to the point that you ain't got to say nothing to your friends, and they're just led to do it and don't even know why they're led to do it. Didn't know that you didn't make mention to them. I can only afford a McDonald's apple pie right now. You know, but you just bless the brother, you know what I'm saying, with Shake Shack. You feel what I'm saying? Again, generosity is a wonderful thing, you know, to be generous. It's not even just in monetary things, but even given in a person's time, you know. Sometimes people they're selfless, which they'll put away their stuff and say, well, what's going on? You know, what you need to talk about. I'm dead in the middle of edits right now. I got to make sure I get this part of the movie out the way. But you know what? I put this on pause. What's going on? You know, what's going on? What's going on with you? You know, again, what is being a good friend? And can you also be that friend? That's the question. It's a two-way street. It's not just you having friends that way, that's in your corner, that you need to at your time and your disposal, but can you be that friend as well? You know, I like that saying. I don't know where they get it from, but this is, am I my brother or am I my sister's keeper? You know, in the time of trouble, even if we don't see eye to eye, you love each other enough to care about them and say, yo, nah, I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. If you think, if you start thinking negative when y'all not seeing eye to eye and you want to do all types of stuff, you got to question whether or not you were ever a friend, because a friend don't want to hurt a friend, even though sometimes we might hurt each other's feelings, in a way where we didn't know unintentionally. But it doesn't mean a friend will intentionally try to hurt somebody or intentionally say this, that, and the other. You got to be careful and be easy, because a real friend will tell you, what you need to hear, even if you don't want to hear it. You got what I'm saying? But they'll say it in a way where they show you, I love you, Yeah, I got in your behind. Sorry about that. I got on your neck. Yes, I did, but I'm your friend. You gonna be mad with me? But I'm your friend, and only your friend will tell you if they care about it. You got what I'm saying? Forgiveness. They're willing to forgive and move past conflicts and misunderstandings, valuing the friendship over being right. We're oftentimes taught that right or wrong is irrelevant, and sometimes you got to take that right or wrong is irrelevant, push it out the door for the sake of keeping your friend. Again, let me remind you, don't throw around the title friendship. You should treat friendship like love. Don't always use it, don't always use it. You can't always use that word because that word is dangerous. Friendship, the word friendship is dangerous. Whoever you consider to be a friend, the word love is dangerous. And saying I love you, it's something you ought not to play with. You get what I'm saying? And that means that I know your boundaries. I know, saying, what you don't like. I know what you like. I know what you hate, and all of that type of stuff. Family too, same thing. Families understanding, they're forgiving. Sometimes a lot of people can't be forgiven because they haven't forgiven themselves. And then when family is sitting there waiting, or friends are sitting there waiting to forgive them because they beat themselves up so much, they can't even accept the forgiveness that's given, and that's not good, because if you can't forgive yourself, then you have problems with forgiving others. You can't give what you don't have. Am I saying something? You can't give what you don't have. And that's facts. So again, it's not just about being forgive, but can you forgive? Can you look past conflicts? Can you look, a real good friend is somebody that say, yo, all right, I thought we normally hang out on Thursday, but all right, you hanging out with them. All right, cool. You know, sometimes we can feel away when it's time for a change of pace. But are you too prideful? You can't have a friend and be a friend and be prideful, you know. But you have to be a brother. You have to be a sister. You see what I'm saying? You have to man up. You have to sister up. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, if we ain't hanging today, all right, cool. It doesn't take away from the value because you have a change of pace. Friends are not friends because of the fact they can hang with each other every single day, talk with each other every single day. I'm gonna get tired of you. I'm gonna talk to you every day, every day, every single moment. I might talk to you at the end of the day, because we have things we have to do. But some friends don't mind talking to other friends. You know what I'm saying? Every single day. Because some friends are more than family. Some family are more than friends. It's the same thing, They oftentimes say that when you have a lot of friends and stuff like that, it speaks to your character. I don't say that. I say the kind of friends that you have speak to your character. Again, shout out to my boy Jay Rosario, my boy, Henry Torres, and a few others that I can call out. But my boy Jay is someone who introduced me to a whole host of new friends that even while I'm no longer working at the same building I was working with, I was working with him at, I still keep in touch with the friends that I met through him. And you talk about people of quality. Can I tell you something? Let me put a pin here because I got one more bullet. We out of here. And it's almost about that time. It is something altogether, what I'm saying, when you can have friends, that share a specific quality. You feel what I'm saying? You know that, if you joke around with someone and you're humorous, their jokes are not to try to throw daggers or make you feel away or throw innuendos, but it's nothing like having good quality friends who have good families and, you got friends or brothers who are fathers, and even if they're not with the lady that they're with, they're taking care of their children. You got young ladies who are, who are sisters and they're taking care of their kids and stuff like that. And they're family oriented or people who are married, they're still together. And you're together chilling out with them and you're doing family or, family things from a marital standpoint, and responsibility, having responsibility and accountability on you. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that even when you and your friend hang out, you're not going to go do nothing crazy on your wives and stuff like that. Again, clean friendship is wonderful. Same thing with sisters who, it's a wonderful thing for you to have a sister who have a great husband. You have a great husband. You got healthy families and healthy lives to the point that you ain't got to go talking bad to your sister about your husband, about what he does and this, that, and the other. You might be concerned that maybe he didn't take his medication, but you ain't doing that to kill him and to bring him down, and to have healthy friendships that says, listen, if you're going through in your marriage or you're going through in your relationship, I'm not going to talk both of you down because I care about both of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Again, that's a healthy friend who says, I don't take sides between you and your friend, but I'm going to tell you if you're wrong. I'm going to tell you if you're wrong because I care about both of you. You feel what I'm saying? This is what friendship does. You ain't got no bread, man. Look, hold on. Here, 2 loaves of bread I had in my cabinet. Again, friends are generous. They don't mind giving. And again, because your friend is generous, because they don't mind giving, you ought to have that mindset. I want to do for them, and not just do for them because of what they did yesterday, but it's nothing like being a friend and coming up in clutch. That's a real friend. That's when it really, really counts. When it comes up in clutch, it's like, I'm kind of down and out. Yeah, I'm glad that you said that because, as a friend, I was saving this $300 for you for a long time because I know you can't hold all the money. Bang! And it's like $1 million to them. You get what I'm saying? Again, it's nothing like having a healthy friendship. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what y'all do. All right, can I be transparent for a minute? You and your friend, y'all might smoke weed or whatever the case would be. You know what I'm saying? I don't have friends who smoke weed, but I'm not saying that. Listen, that's what you do. And I'm talking real life stuff. Sue me, y'all. Come on. You y'all weed smokers. Okay, fine. Y'all weed smokers, whatever they are. Y'all hookah smokers or whatever the case would be. At least your friend is not coming around because you rolling up all the time. But at the same time, what I'm saying, your friend will invite you when he roll up. I gotta relate to everybody, y'all. Stop playing, You know what I'm saying? You got a bottle and he got a bottle. He ain't coming around because of the fact that you only got a bottle, but he'll call you or she'll call you when she got a bottle. I ain't encouraging all that. But again, real friends Friends are friends for a reason because they do what they do. They have an agreement. They walk together. They agree on something. So for you, it might be smoking. For you, it might be drinking. For you, it might be going to clubs. For you, it might be reading the Bible. For you, it might be healthy families or whatever the case may be. For you, it might be because y'all cook or whatever the case may be. You know, listen, whatever your friends are, they are going to be responsible. But it's nothing like having a good, clean friendship. Real quick, let me land the plane with this. Mutual growth, you know, encouraging and inspiring, you know what I'm saying, each other to grow and be the best versions of themselves. And that's what another thing, you know, a friend, and that's why I'm not gonna get emotional on this. That just hit me. That hit my heart right now. Like I said, I'm a big crybaby. I don't care. 50, I don't care. I ain't got no regrets. You know why? Because I learned how to express myself and still be a dude at the same time. You know, because again, I know it's nothing like having good friends who want the best for you. They're at your best interest. They'll be, you know what I'm saying, team you all day, every single day. You know, even if they're not interested in what you're interested, you might be writing a book. They don't like writing books, but they'll be there to the end to make sure that when you finish that book, that they're gonna be promoting it for you, you know, and doing things for you. That's why for me, certain people, you know, I do certain things for because I consider them to be a friend, you know. And at the same time, listen, if there's certain people who have been friends to you, maybe on Monday we can talk about, you know, friends, bad friends that we've come across, and why it should make you bitter and you know and make you lose who you are, you know. But at the same time, friends they are there at your best interest for you to grow. They want the best for your marriage. They want the best for your occupation. They want you to have the best money. They want you to get the best whatever that you can be. You're in the film. They want you to be the best filmmaker you can be. You're in the podcast. They want you to be the best the podcast you can be. You're a father. They want you to be the best father you can be. You feel what I'm saying? It's nothing like sometimes having a friend, you know, and they know you ain't got that much. But how about this? Let's flip it. It's nothing like knowing you got a good friend. And you know they need some bread or whatever the kids would be, and you know they got a good outfit on. They trying to go and they only had a few dollars in their pocket, but you put a rack in their hand. Bam! Yeah, that's for you. What? Because I'm your bro and I want you to have the best, man. Because you're out for my best interest and you'll do for my family. Friends are included in each other's family, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? What's up, my dude, Steve? You know what I'm saying? At the same time, friends are always about each other's best interest. You know what I'm saying? My boy Nice on the line. So listen, y'all, real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what some of the comments are saying right now. And yeah, man, I hope that all of us are good friends. Oh, that's my boy Steve. He said, "What's up, Donald Francis? What's up, my dude? Good to see you, man." You know what I'm saying? Again, I totally agree. Same here. But nope, unfortunately. I understand. I think I said a comment. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Again, and I'm so happy. Gabby's here. Good afternoon, Donald. You know, she give me one of the she drop it, you know what I'm saying, the way she normally drop, you know what I'm saying? All and listen, and let's talk about this real quick. And I love my brother who said it. I support everybody that is doing real things. That's my boy Steven right there. Let me tell you, Steven, what could I say about Steven? He's on our team, by the way. He's my IT dude. You know, he makes sure that the YouTube is together, make sure that the Facebook's together and everything's together. He's on my throat right now, but we'll talk about that. But that's what real friends do. Real friends be like, yeah, I got you, D. Then after we get off, I promise you're going to tell me off like Dave Kiernan do the same thing all the time. They tell me off all the time. I ain't got no real friends. But anyway, yeah, but see, again, when I look at Steve is somebody who's been doing this not only just for me, but doing it for everybody you know. Because he's a real good supporter and he wants for people to make it. He wants them to be the best that they could be, the best version they could be. Let me give a shout out real quick, y'all, because I got to land a plane, y'all. Robert, good to see you. My boy, Nick Johnson. That's my dude. He's a real friend. Sherry Davis, good to see you. Marlon Reed, what's up, boy? What's going on? Don't forget to get his water. We got you on Monday, bro. Gabby, good to see you again. Pat Farmer, that's my big sis. She's somebody. If it wasn't for her, it won't be me. Nice on the line. My boy, Nice. Good to see everybody, y'all. Steve, good to see you. And I see there's a whole host of people. And I see y'all in the chat. It's about 7 of y'all today. Y'all neglected me. It's so good. But I'm glad to see everybody, y'all. Listen, y'all. You know, what is a real friend? You know, what is a good friend? What is a friend that care about you? Are you a good friend? Do you care about others? Do you look out for the best? Do you know how to be a friend to say, listen, even if you said something wrong, that you quote something wrong at the table, at the dinner table, are you going to correct that friend for the sake of correcting them? Or do you know that you're a good friend who know how to wait to say, listen, I want to talk to you after this, to say, yo, listen, blah, 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 blah. You know, you know, and as a friend, and not embarrass your friend. You know what I'm saying? I'll meet you, what's up, and not embarrass your friend in front of people, you know, just to get a silver medal. You don't even get a gold medal, you know. And then sometimes we got to watch and by what spirit that we give it in at the same time. Look, y'all, it's your boy Donald Francis, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Happy Friday. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I had a wonderful week, and I'm still celebrating my birthday from Tuesday, and I'm going to be celebrating my son Azariah on Sunday, starting tomorrow, you know, if God's will, you know. But y'all, listen, y'all, I love each and every one of y'all. I hope that y'all get value out of what your brothers say. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, we come on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays now at 12 noon. All right? Upon request, I know how to listen to people. But look, y'all, it's your boy Donald Francis, y'all. And I'll see y'all on next week by the grace of God. Love you, man. And I'll see y'all. And go do something with this information, y'all. Peace.